Good Tuesday morning. I don't know how long this WYCEL is going to be. I've got a lot to do. We leave for deployment 25 tomorrow. There's just way too much to do. And just a lot going on, deployment-wise and non-deployment-wise. Snowscapes brings you WYCEL all month long. So if you need any kind of tree work done, basic stuff, complicated stuff, dangerous stuff, normal stuff, whatever. If it has anything to do with the tree, Snowscapes. The link to Snowscapes is in the description of this WYCEL. Today's forecast is a little tricky. Now, I did hear on the radio this morning, on the way here to the Weather HQ, a radio, I don't even know what weather source they used, to be honest, but they mentioned the forecast for today was some spotty showers. Yeah, we could see some spotty showers, hit or miss showers, especially, well, anytime really, now through the afternoon. Do not be surprised. Don't get caught off guard if sometime around, I don't know, for the Lehigh Valley that is, from west to east, but for the Lehigh Valley-ish area, sometime between 2 and 3 o'clock, don't be surprised if you start seeing some pretty potent thunderstorms pop up. We're going to notice a breeze pick up later today. As we get into the afternoon, the breeze is going to pick up. It's a warm breeze. If you go outside right now, it should be warm. The breeze is going to pick up. It'll be a warm breeze. That is going to destabilize things. Not enough that we get widespread thunderstorms, but I think we could see some spotty, pretty potent and brief thunderstorms. Maybe lasting only 10 or 15 minutes. But dumping a lot of rain in that time. Some very strong winds during that time. Gusts of like 40 plus miles an hour, and even some small hail. There's no I shouldn't say there's no tornado risk. There's an infinitesimally small tornado. Don't worry about tornadoes. Some heavy downpours, some strong winds, some damaging gusts, and even some small hail. These thunderstorms are going to be very spotty, very sporadic. Not everyone's going to see them, but those of you who do, these are going to be potent. And again, only lasting maybe 10 or 15, maybe 20 minutes. Going to be very quick, very fast, and very powerful. So we can have, again, 40, 45 mile an hour wind gusts with some of these thunderstorms. As we get the normal breeze picking up today, we're going to see winds around 20, 25 miles an hour. So get used to that. And again, when you have tree damage, Snowscapes. The link to Snowscapes is in the description of this video. The forecast today, low to mid 60s. Again, some spotty showers around, a thunderstorm after like 2 o'clock. I think the thunderstorms happen between 2 and 4. Probably start around 2, 3 o'clock for the Lehigh Valley, sooner to the west. Again, very spotty in nature. I had the exclamation mark on here because of the winds. The winds are going to be very strong with the storms. They're going to be very quick, very fast moving. It's going to produce some very strong winds. Again, 40, 45 plus miles an hour. Some pretty heavy downpours. Brief, but heavy. And even some small hail. Tonight, above freezing. Tomorrow, we cool down to maybe 50. We'll be right around 50. Clouds early. Some breaks of sun. Not a lot of sunshine. Lows tomorrow night, about the same. Thursday, we warm back up to about 60. A little closer to our normal average. More sun than tomorrow. And lows again in about the mid-30s. Just, again, if you're out and about today, but after, say, 2 o'clock, I'd say after 1 o'clock, but especially between like 2 and 4, be very, very, very mindful of some pretty fast-developing, fast-moving, damaging thunderstorms. Heads up for that. I was listening to the radio on the way in this morning, and in between talking about the meltdown of the Philadelphia Phillies, they gave a forecast, and I was like, what the hell are they? I don't know where they got their weather from, but it's not right. It's not right. So spotty showers today, and again, some pretty potent, very sporadic. Not everyone is going to see them, but some of you are going to see some very powerful, very brief thunderstorms today. After noon, probably firing up in the valley around 2 to 4. Okay? All right, that's that. I don't know what else to talk about. I will tell you that the National Weather Service does have us under a risk today. They didn't yesterday. They do now. And this is what I talked about yesterday. So I guess they're finally coming around. But they have us under a Slight chance for some severe weather today. Not a tornado risk. This is not a tornado risk. But if you look at the dark green right there, that covers all of us. Well, if you're in that green circle, it covers all of us. If you're here and we are here, we are under this straight risk. And I really think some of those storms today are going to be pretty damn potent. That also starts, well, not really today. Tomorrow starts a much wider spread severe weather event that I think starts tomorrow and goes through the rest of April and probably all the way through May. We are getting into a pattern of this severe weather cycle. And it looks potent. Again, for us today, some very spotty, strong storms. Tomorrow, more widespread. I guess I can show you that right now, too. Here's tomorrow. This threat starts to move in. There's tomorrow. The threat starts to move in. Then as we get into Thursday, this is where I got to start really not worrying. I've got to start watching this, because this is going to be coinciding with our deployment. We are going to these areas, and it's going to get a little sketchy at times. Not only that, but these areas have already been pounded, which is why we're going there. We are going, let's see, we're basically going to be driving like this. Basically, more or less, well, that's not even accurate. Pretty damn close, though. Nonetheless, we're going to be right in this area for this deployment. That's basically where we'll be. So we'll leave that on there as we move through the days. So that's Thursday you're looking at. We're leaving tomorrow. Then we get into... where are we going? Come on, Peter. There we go. We get into Friday. We get into Saturday. And I'm not even going to get into Sunday because that's a little bit far out and there's a lot of conjecture with that. But we're going to have to be mindful. And these that you're seeing here, I don't really honestly think they're all that accurate. I think, as has been happening here, we're going to see a lot of potency with these systems. And we're going to see them get worse and worse and worse as we go through. So we start out tomorrow here. We go into Thursday here. We're going to be Friday here. We're going to be hitting this. The question is, how much of this are we going to hit? How bad is it going to be? I think it's going to be pretty potent, actually. And then the severe weather risk increases as we go through the rest of April. And the intensity of the severe weather increases as we go through April into May, and pretty much the entire month of May looks like it's going to be just severe weather opportunities all month long. So we're getting into probably a at least 6 week period of very, very severe weather outbreak friendly atmosphere and weather pattern. Elizabeth Brandt, I just saw you in here and I don't have it with me because they put it out there in the desk for you. Elizabeth Brandt, I believe you're the winner of the Yeti from yesterday. Again, your name is on it, but I have it out in the lobby for you. But you won the Yeti, so congratulations for that. We leave tomorrow on our deployment. Tomorrow is our 25th deployment overall. We're going to Mississippi, Tennessee, Indiana, and Kentucky. At least there still might be some other places we end up going to. Taking some essential stuff that we always take. But we're taking a lot. Probably more than we ever have. We're taking pet food. There are so many... I mean, the scale and scope of this flooding and tornadoes that happened for like a 6-day period last week, the scale and scope is just mind-boggling. It is a massive area that goes from the Great Lakes all the way down to Mississippi, Alabama, Texas, Louisiana, up through Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. It's just a massive area. Many areas are still very, very flooded. We're going to those places. And just as people are displaced by that, the animals, even more animals are. Because even the shelters that had animals before the flooding and tornadoes, well, they were affected too, so they had to move those animals. So there was a lot of animal facilities, animal shelters, a lot of places that took in animals that have been displaced by the flooding that we're going to go help. So we're going to load more food, excuse me, more pet food for this deployment than we ever have before. There are so many places that just need it. I'm gonna pack this vehicle. We're gonna rent. I already reserved the vehicle. I pick it up tomorrow morning. I'm gonna load it as much as I can with as much pet food as I can. That's kind of limited not just by space but by weight. It's a minivan, and the minivan is not really good for hauling a whole bunch of heavy stuff. It can haul your kids really well, but once you start putting a lot of pet food into it, the fenders get very close to the tires. Ask me how I know. And when you hit certain bumps, the fender, the wheel well, rubs the tires. Ask me how I know. So I've got to be very careful how we load this up and how we do it, but we're going to load as much food, pet food, as we can, in addition to the Bennett boxes and the other stuff that we're taking. There's a lot of places. There are so many places that need help. It didn't really get a lot of press coverage. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it wasn't sexy enough for the news. I don't know. But they just need help. And we're going to try and help them. That is our new task force logo, by the way. We've never really had a logo for the disaster task force before. But that is our new... Oh, look at that. That actually kind of looks cool on top of the deployment logo. Huh. So, yeah, wait, hold on. Give me a second. That is our logo for the task force. We've never had one before. We made one, I think, last week or the week before. This is it. So, that's that. Actually, that goes really well over the logo. Like, if we put the deployment logo behind it, that actually still looks kind of cool. Anyway, and again, the 25th deployment, we need your help. We just do. I know we've been saying it. I ran the numbers yesterday. I checked the bank accounts. We're short. We are short. Now, we have enough to rent the vehicle. We have enough for fuel, but we don't have much more than that. I don't eat a lot on these deployments anyway, so I think I'm going to be eating a lot less on this deployment. And I don't think hotels at this point are an option. So I think we're going to be sleeping in the van. Or on top of pet food, depending how high it's stacked. But honestly, we have just enough for the vehicle, some fuel, and a little bit of extra money. We need more. So if your business would like to help sponsor this trip, that would be phenomenal. We literally need it. So if you can help, that would be great. If you can't, that's fine too. We get it. Thanks for all your support up to now. We appreciate it. If you want to I think one of the things that we're going to do, and we talked about it before, I think last week, we're going to do a 50-50. So every dollar you donate gets you an entry into the 50-50. And I think we're going to do the 50-50 starting, I don't know when, and ending, I don't know when. Maybe the last stop in the deployment, maybe when we get back, I don't know. And don't go donating for the 50-50 right now because I'm not positive we're going to do it, but that's the idea that I have. I think we should just do a deployment 50-50. Start it now or start it when we start the deployment tomorrow morning, and end it either during the deployment or after we get back, the moment we get back for the deployment, like $1 to enter. I don't know, but we got to raise some funds somehow, and I don't know how else to do it. Businesses, if you'd like to sponsor the deployment, it's a tax write-off, or it's a business advertising expense, depending on your accountant. Talk to your accountant. But we could use you. If the businesses want to sponsor the deployment, this is how you can do it. There's plenty of options. We're about, I want to say, let me think about this real quick. We have... Yeah, I don't know. We have the vehicle that ties up a bunch of money. It costs us like almost $600 for the vehicle, but they also hold $300 till the vehicle's returned. So that's $900 gone right then and there. And I think we have, I want to say $500, probably between $500 and $600 besides that. And that's going to go towards fuel. We're probably going to spend, I don't know how much money we're going to spend on fuel, $400 or $500 on fuel. So we could probably, I don't know. If you can help us, that would be awesome. If you can't, that's okay too. If you're a business and want to sponsor any of these things right here, that would be awesome. Um, the vehicle thing, we've got it covered, so you don't have to do that. Meals would be great. Lodging would be great. Fuel would be great. Anything would be great. Daily expenses would be tremendous. We have 1, 2, 3 daily sponsors. And I don't want to say the names because I'm going to fuck it up. It's the Bigs Group at Jenny. I'm going to fuck that up. And another place that is sponsoring, they're sponsoring 2 days, the Bigs Group. And another place is sponsoring another day. I don't know. I hate to ask, but I mean, we need it, frankly. All right, that's all I got. There's your forecast. I got so much to do. I got to go organize things. I have to go number things. I got to go sort the food so I can load it for each stop, so I can unload it for each stop and don't have to go moving things around in the van. So I got to get everything from Mississippi together. I have to get all the stuff for Tennessee together. The stops in Indiana I have to get together and separate. All the stops in Kentucky I have to stop and separate. So I got a lot of work to do today. I got to get to that. Then I have to go meet Mike Rao over at Laser It by Michael at 4:30 over in Hanover Township. Just a lot to do. I got to go do that. If you're around tomorrow morning, say 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, you want to come by to Weather HQ and help load the van, that would be amazing of you. That would be amazing of you. Also, someone messaged, and I'm sorry, I forget your name. Yes, you can donate in person, but I'm only going to be here for a few hours today. I'll probably be here till like 12, 1 o'clock today. And then I'll be here tomorrow morning after 9. But I'm not going to be here probably much after 11 or 12. So if you're going to make a donation in person, you've got until like 1 o'clock today, and you've got till about noon tomorrow. Just come to Weather HQ. You can make your payment. We'll give you your receipt if you need it. And you're good. Venmo, if you make a Venmo donation, tax deductible, just make sure you keep that for your taxes, which you don't need to worry about until next year anyway. So, is there anything else? I don't think so. Everything's up there. It's at the Weather on Venmo if you want to donate. That'd be awesome. Okay, there's your forecast. Look out for gusty storms today, starting in the afternoon, probably in the valley, but starting after 2. Very fast moving, not big storms, very spotty, sporadic storms, but the storms are going to pack a punch. So be careful. And again, thanks to Snowscapes for sponsoring WYCEL all month long. We would not be doing WYCELs every day if it wasn't for Snowscapes. So, Snowscapes, thank you very much. If you want to sponsor WYCEL next month, May, or any month after, message us, because we can work it out with you. You can sponsor next month. You can guarantee we do WYCELs every day, and we'll put that money towards this deployment. And we'll mention you in the deployments. We'll put your logo up next month for WYCELs like we do for Snowscapes. I don't know. Listen, we need a fundraiser. If somebody's good at fundraising, message us, because that would be awesome. Because I'm just not good at it, obviously. So if you would like to do that, that would be great. I'm going to sneeze. Give me a second to mute my microphone. Man. Whew, that was like 7 sneezes in a row. Whew. Okay, that's all I got for you. There's your forecast. Look out for the storms later. We'll see you. We're going to do WYCEL tomorrow. We'll do WYCEL tomorrow. I don't know what time it'll be because I'm gonna be. Thank you, Beth. I'm gonna be getting ready for the deployment tomorrow and loading stuff and everything. So I don't know when we're gonna do WYCEL, and it might actually be on the road tomorrow. But at some point we'll do WYCEL tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Thanks everybody. Again, if your business would like to sponsor the deployment, please message us. All right, thanks everybody. I love you all, ladies. I love you a little bit more. We'll see you tomorrow.